there's some pretty powerful reasons why it's a lot easier to give compassion and, encouragement to our friends than ourselves. One of them is cultural. We're actually taught that it's a good thing to be kind and supportive to others, and we're kind of told that we shouldn't necessarily do that with ourselves. Isn't that selfish? But also an important part of this is just our physiology. So when we feel like, especially if we feel threatened in some way, if we feel we've made a mistake or we feel worried about, something happening, when we feel threatened, we tend to go into threat defense mode. And so our sympathetic nervous system gets activated. We go into fight, flight, or freeze. And when your friend has some issue, you aren't so activated. You don't feel personally threatened. So it's easier to tap into the care system. But when we're doing something, we don't always feel threatened. But if we do feel threatened or worried or nervous, we go into threat defense mode. So we fight ourselves. We criticize ourselves as a way of trying to control ourselves, control the situation. Or we kind of flee into a sense of shame or isolation, or we freeze and get stuck and ruminate. So, it's not your fault. It's actually just, what we got from evolution. But luckily we can hack into the care system. There's really three main ways to do it. Either you can just imagine that you are your own friend. That sometimes works. Or you can imagine, what would I say to a friend? And then try to say the same thing to yourself. Another very valid thing to do, and one's not better than the other, is imagine a friend, or maybe your compassionate friend, if you thought of one in this exercise, speaking to you. In other words, the source doesn't really matter. What's important is that you allow yourself to receive these words of a kindness and care.